Hey guys, it's going to your plus back to add on more to your day, and I know I'm a little bit late. As you can see, the Chargers and Texans are currently playing right now. But I have to make these NFL playoff predictions. I would feel incomplete if I didn't. I did it last year. I'm gonna do it this year. So there's only 6 games to go through. Um, Last year I think I was like wishy-washy with my predictions. I wasn't terrible. I wasn't great either. I want to at least get 4 of these games right. So I'm gonna start with Chargers Texans, which is currently going on. But I don't think this first quarter, unless it was like 28-0, 20-0, would have affected my predictions. Even if the Texans were winning 6-0 right now instead of the Chargers, I still would have picked the Chargers to win. I just think they're the more complete team. That Texans offensive line really struggles sometimes, especially when the Chargers have players like Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on that defensive exterior. I'm going to take Justin Herbert. I know they lead the 27 lead to the Jaguars at one time. We're not. That's not relevant to the Texans. I think the Chargers are the better team. I think they have the better coach, and I think they're going to win the game. I guess we can do a score prediction. I'll say Chargers 24-18. Next tonight on Amazon Prime, apparently it's Steelers and Ravens. I think the Steelers are like 10-3. Um, and the Ravens, I think they won their last 3, 4 games. So it's like two complete opposite streaks on this. Like I should, yeah. Oh no, Steelers are 10-3. They've lost 4 in a row. The Ravens have won 4 in a row. I don't want to say that Lamar is gonna murder the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're way better on both sides of the field. Well, I think the Steelers might have a slightly better defense, though. I'm not exactly sure, but I think the Ravens are going to win this one. Give me the Ravens 31-20 against the Steelers. I think Lamar deserves to be the MVP, and I think he's a pretty good chance of going to the Super Bowl. But he has to not fall to the trap game. Did they lose to the Steelers this season at all? I'm not sure. I actually want to know. I know they beat them last time. Yeah, they lost the first time and they won the second time. So this will be a tiebreaker for both of these division rivals, and I think the Ravens are gonna win. Next on Sunday, we've got the Broncos, Bills, we got the Packers and the Eagles, we've got the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Starting out with the Broncos and the Bills, Bo Nix has a way to make this Broncos team better than I actually think it is. I don't think it's a trash team. Their defense is very good, but I mean, he really elevates this team. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, while the Bills have been just dominant most of this season, Josh Allen's been really good. James Cook is having a breakout year of 16 rushing touchdowns. Um, Bo Nix, I mean, that's one of the best rookie seasons we've seen. But I feel like rookies are getting better and better in year one every year. Any important injuries? Not really. Broncos have won 3 of their last 5. Bills as well. You know, the Bills putting their backups for the Jets again, and the Chiefs putting their backups for the Broncos. I'm going to go with the not surprising answer, the Bills, though. I think they just are better than the Broncos, and they also have the home field advantage. I think, I mean, it won't really help much because either way it's going to be a very cold game, but I'm going to take the Bills. This is one of those games I think could very well be an upset, though. Like, I think I would not be surprised at all if the Broncos manage to somehow pull out a win, but I'm going to take the Bills here. And we'll say it's 27-23. Now we've got Packers and Eagles, and the Eagles have been on fire recently. I mean, they were what, one in 1-1, and then since then, because I mean, listen, they lost to the Falcons in week 2, and then didn't lose until week 16 against the Commanders again. Am I tripping? Well, no, it wasn't the Falcons that was their last loss. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, it was Falcons, and they lost to the Bucks a couple weeks later. Then they didn't lose until the Commanders game, so I'm not completely accurate. But this is should be a week 1 matchup, I think, or a week 1 rematch. I think they played yeah, they played the Packers week 1, won by 5. Um, and honestly, not to diss Jordan Love because I don't dislike Jordan Love or anything. I don't think he's got what it takes to take down the Eagles in such a big matchup quite yet in his career. I know he's actually kind of old now. Not old, but like he's not young. He's not like a guy who says has a ton of room to grow. Yeah, of course, he didn't have a terrible season. He's been injured a lot. I'm not even 100% sure he's going to be playing. But I'm going to take the Eagles. Give me the Eagles 34-21. And to close out the Sunday games, we've got Commanders, Buccaneers. The Bucks won the division after being 2 games down, with only like what 7 games to go, 8 games to go. Um, Dan Quinn, after being a defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, immediately takes his team to the playoffs with a 12-5 record. Baker Mayfield was actually really good this year. Irving had an amazing rookie season, and Mike Evans had to get to that 1,000 yard stretch mark, didn't he? I think it's benchmark, not stretch mark, because stretch marks are completely different things. But anyway, Jameson Crowder is questionable, but it doesn't matter. As long as the kid's been a great player for the Commanders. And Jamel Dean and Quay I might not play. That's kind of important. Commanders won their last 5. The Bucks won 4 out of their last 5. But I am gonna go with the Commanders. I think they got the. I mean, listen, man. I think if this is a one-score game, the Commanders are going to win. They just have Jaden Daniels. He's like a Patrick Mahomes, not in the way that he's as skilled yet. I'm saying if you don't want this man to have the football last, and the Bucks can't avoid that, which the Bucks are heavily favored in the matchup predictor and slightly favored bet wise. I'm gonna take the Commanders. I guess it's technically an upset, I guess. Give me them 21-20. Okay, don't reset. Okay, I have to go back to the NFL. But the final game of this playoffs wild card slate is Vikings versus Rams. The Vikings only favored like 2.5, but NFL usually doesn't have big differences in points anyway. Matthew, not Matthew Stafford. I mean, he's in the game. I was going to talk about Sam Darnold first. Sam Darnold lost me in a fantasy league, but had an amazing season. Will probably not be the QB next year, though. I think he's going to find somewhere else to go. Aaron Jones is pretty good. Not many touchdowns, but of course, Justin Jefferson was amazing, too. Puka Nakua was out for a little bit and still had nearly 1,000 yards. Kyron Williams was absurd. And Matthew Stafford was also pretty good. Um, the Rams were pretty weird this season, I'll say. Won 4 of their last 5. So did the Vikings. Both dropped their last games to the Lions and Seahawks. I mean, the Rams got a crazy win against the Bills. Vikings, well, don't have any crazy wins. I guess the game blown out by Lions was a little bit surprising. But the Rams' offense is just all over the place. I mean, just because of consistency for most of the season, I'm going to take the Vikings. But do not be surprised if the Rams come out here and shock the world and beat them. Did I go off record every time? That's kind of boring. If I did. I did. You know what? No, we're not going to do that. I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win. Give me the Rams at home. Oh, well, it's in Arizona. Okay. All right. Nope, still give me the Rams, though. Shootout 38-31. And that will finish my predictions. I feel like I will not get many of these right, but we'll have to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to try to get more variety out after the college football and NFL playoffs end because there's not going to be much sports to talk about for a little bit. But see you guys next time. Adios.